Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this important session where we will focus on why relying all your model observability and monitoring on dashboards only is failing your monitoring. I know it's hard to hear that, but here's a teaser. We recommend implying automatic monitoring policies for that. But why ruin the end? So let's dive right in. A word about Superwise. Superwise, well, we help companies of all sizes to gain full observability over their machine learning or operations and pipeline, whether if it's the technology people or the business side or the operational people, to be sure that they gain full trust over their machine learning models. So let's start with an alignment. Model monitoring is hard, and let's try to understand why. We split it into three different challenges: technological, operational, and organizational. On the technology side, it starts with how do you compute different drift metrics? How do you integrate? Which data types and metrics should you calculate, etc. On the operational side, it's more of an infrastructure challenge. How do you connect everything into one pipeline that is triggered upon each event and sends the relevant message to the relevant person on the relevant time, and it becomes part of your CI/CD? And organizational level, it's more about processes. Now that you have a model in place, who should own each process? What should be done on each event, and what should be the SLA? There are a lot of challenges in that area. Now, it's not only a question of what can go wrong, it's also about what is found to be wrong. It's not like traditional software, as we see here, where everything is deterministic. We know what every part in the system should do. And that scaling up meaning simply replicas of the same code. So you know that, for example, above 80% CPU is bad, and then you need to scale up. But when it comes to machine learning and AI, it's not so deterministic, maybe I would say even stochastic world. So it's not as clear what is bad. For example, let's say KL divergence is 2.34. Is that good? Is that bad? It's hard to tell, and there's no right answer at the moment right now, by the way. And we didn't even start to speak about scale. If you want to look on 10 models, each with 10 segments and subpopulation to monitor, and let's say each model has 100 features, and you want to detect only 5 metrics, you're talking about 50,000 of data points a minute. If you want to look at all these using dashboards only, which would take probably months to build and maintain and hours to analyze effectively, you should probably hire a full-time data scientist for each task, just to sit all day and look at dashboards, looking for something to happen, finding a needle in a haystack. And in order to be on top of your models, you should look for anomalies, abnormal behaviors compared to the normal limits. And it looks like that. So a drift, for that example, a drift of 2.34 is bad only if it used to be 0.2 and suddenly moved to be 2.34. You should look for anomalies. And guys, if it was a policy-based monitoring, we're talking about minutes to get going. Now, when it comes to machine learning, it's not only about the data scientist or the machine learning engineer. Models today serve a business purpose, the whole business. There are many stakeholders being involved around our new shiny machine learning model. They all want visibility. They all rely on the model decisions from technology side, if it's the DS team or machine learning engineer, through the operational teams, risk and business, and even legal teams. Some are closer to the model, some are far, but from monitoring perspective, many stakeholder means many interests. Each one is looking at the model and sees something else. The data science, for example, wants to know what is the F1 score, but the business side doesn't even know what F1 means. They want to know how many chargebacks occurred, while the risk and compliance are looking to see whether there's a bias. Dashboard only approach is dangerous on that matter because they overload the organization with data. You need to understand what happened, where, when, and why, and then let the relevant person know that it happened. That's just a great piece I found to see how to see the concept that less is more. And you see, for example, if it worked for NASA, it's probably going to work for you as well. But let's take it to the practice. So we believe that you should build policies, not dashboards. The first step is to express the business problem that you want to monitor. A platform is needed that will automatically populate metrics, features, and even thresholds for you. This kind of tedious work is error-prone and time-consuming. You all know it if you're here. So it is best left to a platform that can do it all automatically, and then allow you to customize it all and add domain expertise on top of that. Back to our example, F1 decreases dramatically. Data science will get notified by Slack and on pager duty. Too many chargebacks, VP sales will get an email, and prediction amount dropped, marketing gets Monday alert, and so on. So this is our world. This is where how we see this world, and we even believe that it could lead to optimization of all your processes if you connect it to your pipeline, so that an anomaly will trigger a pipeline event such as retraining, or a webhook, for example, if marketing needs to raise the campaign, so a webhook will be good here. So to conclude, we see a lot of customers that tells us they don't even look at their dashboards after spending so much time on building them because they don't have the time for that. Eventually, they monitor, which is bad. And then they take the risk of missing incidents, and you don't want to be there. After several partnerships like that, we decided to go with the learning and policies before dashboards, but we do believe the dashboard should be the sidekick for these policies. Policy is king, and we learned that the hard way, and we believe that you should learn it from our mistakes, from what we learned during the years. Look for a solution that is built for scale and is fully optimized. And that's about it. I want to thank you all and welcome you to sign up to our community edition here at Superwise AI. Look at our docs and even schedule a demo with me or one of our product experts. Thank you so much.